Hi, I'm Siegfried Woldhek. Late in 2001, I started thinking about NABUUR. NABUUR is an Old Dutch word for neighbor. The idea is that the world today has become a global village and that people living in different places can now help each other as neighbors via the internet. In this way, an unlimited number of people can be directly connected to one another, and together they can handle problems that have to do with clean water, with health, with education, with entrepreneurship, etc. When I started thinking about this idea, the general reaction was, that sounds good, but it will never work. To me, that is a familiar reaction. I've always started things that others called impossible, and so far, in the end, they always turned out to be possible. You see, I'm good at catching dreams. I see things and give them their first shape, whether it's an organization such as NABUUR or a drawing. Maybe it takes an artist to make impossible ideas come true. On my private website, woldhek.com, you can see more than 1,000 portraits that I've drawn for newspapers over the years. The website also shows my title, Dreamcatcher. The seed of the NABUUR idea slowly developed during my years as CEO of World Wildlife Fund Netherlands. World Wildlife Fund had 700,000 members in the Netherlands at the time and was constantly approached by people who wanted to do more than just give money or just be a member. People in effect were offering their time, their equipment, their ideas, etc. But in most cases the organization was far too busy to handle these kind offers. We had to say no sorry, and at the same time there was so much more work to do than we could possibly handle. Now, World Wildlife Fund is not unique. This is the typical situation for all organizations in the fields of conservation, of aid, of development, etc. For me, this was and is the basic reason for starting NABUUR, namely the ironical fact that on the one hand there is so much more work to do than all existing organizations combined can ever handle, and on the other hand there are so many people that would like to help. Both issues cannot be handled at the proper scale by the existing institutions, whether it's NGOs, businesses or governments. Former President Bill Clinton calls this a systemic crisis, and he wants to do something about it. That's why he invited me to his home to discuss the NABUUR concept. We talked about the fact that the internet now makes it possible to connect the local demand of local communities directly to the global supply of people who want to be of help. That is what NABUUR sets out to do. There is no big organization. People organize themselves. A direct connection, person to person, between the local community and people living elsewhere in the world, their neighbors in the global village. So, what about those original comments? People asking, will it work? Well, take a look at NABUUR. It already has begun to work. After developing and testing this novel approach, the number of participating local communities is now rapidly growing. Already, more than 140 local communities in 24 countries in Asia, Africa and Latin America are using NABUUR to solve local problems. Already 9,000 neighbors from 126 countries joined to assist. Their willingness to share their time, contacts, knowledge, etc. now gets a thank you instead of a no sorry. Well, that is what I would call a great start for such a new approach. And much more important than those numbers, it is beginning to achieve real results on the ground for local communities. So yes, NABUUR will work. And you want to know the secret behind it? It's people like you who want to be involved with something positive, directly, person to person. Let me therefore end by saying thank you for helping catch this dream.